It's really late where I am right now. I decided after I got home from work that I was going to watch the movie Gandhi, which is 3 hours long. And I got really inspired today because I was reading this great book by, I think her name is Pema Chodron, and she's like a Buddhist. I don't know really what she's called, but she's a Buddhist writer, and she's written tons of books. And I was reading this book by her today at the bookstore, and it inspired me when I got home tonight. And I got home at like 10 o'clock, and I started watching Gandhi, and it was over at like 1:15 or something like that. And then I've still been up reading and just doing stuff. And so I wanted to make a short vlog about how inspiring his story was. I only knew just, bits and pieces of his life from just, learning about it in school or from people or doing some reading here and there, but never really watched the whole story of his life. And if it was true to exactly, the story of his life, the biography of his life, then it was an incredible story. I cried like several times. Most of the time I cried actually when with all the violence and just the way, when he was in South Africa, the way he was treated. He was considered lower class in Africa, so he rose up and helped people to have a voice there. And then when he went back to India, to get to know India, because I think he went to school in London, so he didn't really know his homeland of India. So then when he went back to India, all the violence that occurred and how he kept trying to teach everyone not to use violence. But then sometimes it would just happen and it would break out because the British were so unkind. And there was a massacre that where these British troops came into this one area that was kind of blocked for the people to even escape, and so they just started shooting at everybody, and that made me cry. And then just in general how he just kept fasting and not eating just to try to help people to stop being violent. And he felt like people would take that seriously, and they did. They took it seriously. So wow, it was just so moving, like nonviolence and just trying to get your point across and get your way by not using violence was, I already knew about it, but it was just so nicely portrayed in this movie. And I think it won even Best Movie that year, 1982, Best Actor by Ben Kingsley. And so it was just great. I just feel really moved by watching his story. And then it was just so sad, of course, at the end when he was 78 years old, and he's just like this little man with his walking stick, and he's just, actually I don't know if he was with his walking stick, but he was holding on to his two nieces, and then that man, assassinates him, and it's just like, wow, what a powerful ending. But the great thing that I learned from the movie is he kept talking about how in the end, love and good always does win. And people that are, doing the wrong thing or fighting or having war or violence, you may think they're winning at the time and they may seem powerful, but he always just kept saying what keeps him going when he gets in despair is from just all past experience of what he's known, the good and love and truth always does win. And that was really powerful. And then another quote that was in the movie that I believe he did say was, if you take an eye for an eye, because he kept saying, we can't, just because someone hurts you doesn't mean you should hurt them back. He just kept saying, because an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. And what a great saying, and I believe that was something that he did really say, one of his quotes that he's known for. So, wow, I just wanted to make a vlog and how inspiring Gandhi's story is. And I don't know if anyone out there has read about him or knows more about him than I do, than from just the movie and just some readings I've done through my life. But if anyone wants to comment about it or make a vlog about it and a video response or something, that would be great, because I just feel so excited. And it's just like way early in the morning on Saturday morning. And I'm still up because I'm just inspired. And I just like clean my room and clean my house a little bit, and it's really quiet here. And I just thought, wow, I don't think I can sleep. So I think I'm going to keep reading and do some other stuff about maybe reading online about Gandhi or something. So I hope everyone's doing good. I'm doing great, and that's all I wanted to say. All right. Bye, everyone. Good night.